that means that God has given you your potential according to your ability. Even if he only gave you one, you need to maximize on your level. Like, give a 100% return on your level. Like, I wish I could sing. I love music. I wish I could sing, but God didn't give me that ability. So there's no way that I can get a 100% return on singing because I don't have that gift. I have a different gift. So I'm called to maximize the gift that he gave me. I can't sit around and look at another singer and say, well, I don't have a voice like him, so I can't do what he did. Of course not, because that's not what God gave me. God gives you, he divides gifts and talents up according to your ability. And so you're not required to do exactly what somebody else did. You are only required to get a 100% return on what he gave you according to your ability. That's why it's not wise to compare yourself to other people. All you have to do is maximize the potential that he gave you. And you do that by getting out of your comfort zone and stretching for it. And you'll realize that there's benefits to stretching. I know it's uncomfortable, but there's benefits to stretching. You see, most people don't want to stretch. Most people just want to do the basics in life. They want to do just enough to get by. They want to make just enough money to pay their bills and have just enough money to go out on the weekends. Like, most people don't want to make enough money to be a blessing to themselves and to be a blessing to others. Because in order to be a blessing to others, you got to stretch. So most people don't want to stretch themselves and get the most out of life. Most people only use a small portion of their ability, and they never really, ever really strive to reach their full potential. They have no desire to grow and get better. And so, like I said, there's a gap between where they are and where they could be. And most people aren't doing anything to try to close that gap. It's sad to say, but there are too many people that are willing to settle for an average life. And here's the problem. Here's the problem with settling for an average life. I know you think, okay, well, if I settle for an average life, I'm only affecting myself. But that's not true. When you settle for an average life, you're not only affecting yourself, you're affecting other people around you. Not to mention your family and your friends. But guess what? You're affecting the world at large. Because here's the problem with settling for an average life. As a human being, we're all connected. We are all a part of the body of believers. In the scriptures, using the analogy of the body as we are the body of Christ. We are a body of believers. And what that means is, like in the Bible, it says somebody is the arm, or somebody is the leg, or somebody is the nose, and somebody is the ear. And you know what? Everybody has a part to play in the body. Think about your own body. You need all parts of your body to work because every part of your body is important. So basically what I'm trying to say is that somebody is counting on you. That's why it's important that you reach your full potential, because you have a gift, and we all have a gift. And somebody is counting on you to use your gift to make the world a better place. Somebody needs you to show up to be your best self. And I don't know about you, but I can't stand the idea of being average. I can't stand the idea of just doing anything just average. I don't like to waste my time with average. And so when you settle for the status quo, it ultimately leads to a life of dissatisfaction. Like, ultimately, you'll be dissatisfied with your life when you only settle for the status quo. And I know it's really easy for people to just settle. It's easy for people to just settle for what's comfortable. They choose comfort over potential because everything that's worthwhile and everything that's worth going after is not comfortable. If you want to be great, it's not comfortable. It's not comfortable to be great. So instead of people doing the uncomfortable work of going after the things that God has given you the ability to go after, they just settle for what's comfortable. They just stick to what's familiar. They keep the same old habits. Run around with the same old people that's not taking you nowhere. The same old people that don't inspire you to be a better person. All they want to do is just be lazy and comfortable. Yes, I know the comfort zone is easy and it feels good. I know it feels good, but it doesn't lead you anywhere. All it does is keep you average. All it does is lead you to live a mediocre life. And in the end, it only leads to a life of dissatisfaction. Like you might feel comfortable now, but at the end of it, you'll be dissatisfied with your life. When you look back over your life, you'll have a life, you'll have a world of regrets when you look back. And the sad thing is that Most people are dissatisfied with their life, but they won't do anything to fix it. You see, when you settle for the status quo, you end up realizing that your life is not going the way you hoped it would. Because even the people that settled, they still had hopes and dreams. They still had hopes of living a better life, of living a life that they imagined. They just don't have the courage to actually do something about it. They didn't have the courage to push themselves outside of their comfort zone. So you have to be willing to leave the familiar. Leave what's safe. Leave what's safe and secure. Or at least what you think is safe and secure. See, a lot of people live in this place of what I call the illusion of safety. Like, there's an illusion of safety. But really, it's not really safe at all. You have to be willing to leave what you think is safe to stretch and reach your potential. And see, people think they think that something is safe, and it's not always safe. They think it's safe to just stay in your comfort zone. They think it's safe to just stay at that average, mediocre job and just wait to collect a pension and just wait to collect Social Security. They're scared to fail. But what I'm more worried about is you failing to reach your God-given potential. That's what I'm more worried about. I'm more worried about you failing to not maximize the gifts and the talent that God has given you. Now, I ain't got nothing against Social Security or anything like that. I'm not talking about that. But I'm talking about people who God has put more in you to just sit around and wait until you collect Social Security. That's what I'm talking to. I get it. Some people, people got different things going on. But I'm talking about the person who has the ability and the potential to do way more than you're doing. You see, I believe everybody has dreams and goals. Some people just don't realize them. Some of us have buried our dreams so deep that we don't even recognize them. Like, just like that one servant that buried the money